film begins as a truck crosses into Colombia, eventually stopping at an isolated spot. Inside a large wooden crate in the cargo bed, Kris Chaney has been smuggled over the border by the driver. Once Kris emerges from his hiding place, the driver and his accomplice try to extort additional payment, insisting they want more money, claiming the deal wasn't enough. Kris stands firm. He's already paid what they agreed upon. When tensions escalate into violence, Kris quickly overpowers both men, leaving them knocked out. He then takes the truck and drives away to launch his covert operation, stops by a cemetery to pay his respects to someone dear to him. The scene then shifts to him watching a mansion from a distance. He follows a car leaving the property and spots his target, a young girl. Kris starts tracking her routine, even following her to school. When she gets home, we find out she's Elisa, the daughter of Vicente, a wealthy, powerful man with deep connections to Colombia's criminal underworld. Vicente treasures his daughter more than anything. Their bond is warm, and during a light-hearted chat, he invites her to an upcoming event. Elisa happily agrees. In another part of town, we meet El Corvo, a ruthless assassin with one arm replaced by a blade. He savagely kills a woman and the police officer who tries to intervene. Kris disguises himself as a street window cleaner and positions himself near Elisa's car. After a few seconds of cleaning, he taps on the window. When the guards refuse to lower it, he deliberately breaks the side mirror to get their attention. As they rush out to confront him, Kris strikes quickly. Elisa tries to flee, but he chases her down, throws her into the car trunk, and drives off. When Vicente learns that his daughter has been kidnapped, and by a simple window cleaner, he's furious. He brutally punishes the guards for failing him and orders his men to search every corner of the city. Far from the city, deep in the forest, Elisa pounds on the trunk, screaming for help. Kris finally stops the car. She manages to escape and runs into the woods, terrified, but he follows close behind, trying to calm her. Kris wasn't happy about having to lock Elisa in his car trunk, so he let her out and told her that if she behaved, she could sit in the back seat instead. Kris shows her an old photo of her mother and tells her he once knew her, that he made a promise to protect Elisa if anything ever happened. He explains he's not her enemy. He's trying to save her from her father's violent world. To earn her trust, Kris hands her his gun, unloaded. She takes it and they get back in the car. But as they drive, she points it at his head, demanding to be taken home. When he refuses, she pulls the trigger, only to realize the gun is empty. When Elisa keeps throwing tantrums, that's when Kris finally told her the truth. He was her real father, and he'd spent the last 15 years in prison because of Vicente. She freezes in shock, then quietly asks for something to eat. Meanwhile, back at the mansion, Vicente's anger boils over. His right-hand man reaches out to El Corvo, the ruthless assassin, to handle the situation. Out on the road, Kris and Elisa travel through the countryside. They stop in a small village for food, trying to blend in. Kris notices the diamond necklace around her neck and tells her she looks just like her mother. But their peace doesn't last. El Corvo's men track them down. A brutal fight breaks out. Kris kills several attackers, but takes serious hits himself. When it's over, he realizes Elisa is gone, and his car tires have been slashed, leaving him stranded. Elisa is taken to an underground club where the kidnappers hand her over to the Mafia in exchange for cash. One of them tells her that her father offered a massive reward for anyone who finds her, assuring her she's safe until Vicente comes to get her. They call Vicente, and Elisa confronts him about what really happened to her mother. Instead of answering, he abruptly hangs up. Before Vicente arrives, El Corvo storms into the bar, and chaos erupts. He slaughters the entire gang with brutal precision, just moments before Kris shows up. When the two finally face off, El Corvo gains the upper hand. But before he can finish the job, Elisa crashes a car through them, saving Kris, and they speed away together. Later, El Corvo encounters a group of thugs who try to mock him. He kills them and steals their car to continue the chase. The scene shifts to a quiet park, where Kris and Elisa sit together. He opens up about their past, how he once lived with her mother before being sent to prison, and how he promised to rescue Elisa from Vicente's violent world once he got out. Meanwhile, Vicente arrives at the bar, reviews the CCTV footage, and is shocked to see El Corvo. He starts to wonder how the assassin knew about the location in the first place. Back on the road, Kris and Elisa steal a pickup truck, but when the owner catches them, Elisa panics and drives off alone. As Kris looks around for another ride, he spots a car, but behind the wheel is El Corvo, speeding straight toward him. Elisa pulls over, trying to call her father, but before she can, El Corvo finds her. She bangs on nearby doors for help, but no one opens. Desperate, she hides, but he tracks her down. In a strange moment, El Corvo offers her an apple and takes a bite himself. Elisa bolts, and Kris soon arrives. A gunfight breaks out between Kris and El Corvo, bullets flying through the street. With his gun aimed at Elisa's head, El Corvo knocks Kris to the ground and demands to know who he is and why he kidnapped her. Before he can pull the trigger, Elisa yells out the truth. Kris is her real father, not Vicente. Later, Vicente finds Kris tied up in a public square, left there as a gift from El Corvo. It's a cruel reunion. The two men once worked together. Realizing they both want Elisa back, Vicente decides to team up with Kris, at least for now. As they drive, Vicente finally confesses that he killed Elisa's mother after she tried to take the girl away from him. Then his phone rings. It's El Corvo. He tells Vicente to meet him at the same place he once tried to kill him. El Corvo also reveals that it was Vicente's own right-hand man who leaked information about Elisa's kidnapping. Enraged, Vicente kills him on the spot. They arrive in an abandoned warehouse and split up to search. Vicente discovers two of his men already dead. Then he finds Elisa, tied to a chain leading straight into a massive shredder. He tries to jam the machine by throwing in metal pieces, but the blades tear through them effortlessly. Meanwhile, El Corvo and Kris come face to face once more, ready to end what they started, in a brutal final fight for survival. As the machine inches closer to swallowing Elisa, Vicente breaks down and confesses. He was the one who hired El Corvo to kill her mother. Thinking fast, Kris tells Elisa to toss her diamond necklace into the gears. The hard stones jam the blades just in time, stopping the machine. El Corvo lunges at Kris again. Vicente steps in to save him. The struggle sends both Vicente and El Corvo crashing down, leaving them motionless on the ground. The film closes at Elisa's mother's grave, where Kris and Elisa stand together, father and daughter, finally free, ready to begin a new life. Thanks for watching.